Most South Asians generally think that genetics, culture, and having stubborn belly fat is completely normal, but that's far from the truth. Today I'm going to show you the 3-step process which allowed me and hundreds of my clients to transform in a South Asian body. And no, you don't have to cut out your cultural food that you dial back to shak for you to get to where you want to be. And you don't have to go to the gym every single day. All you need to do is follow this 3-step process which is going to allow you to transform sustainably and drop the stubborn belly fat that's hanging around your waist. A lot of South Asian men genuinely think they have to eat little to no calories for them to transform, but that's far from the truth. Because when you're eating little to no calories, what that essentially does is reverse engineers the whole process. Your metabolism is literally at ground zero. We've had clients like Hamish or clients like Jay who were eating literally 800 to 900 calories a day and scratching their heads in terms of like, oh, why aren't I dropping this belly fat? It's because your hormones are cooked. So what you have to do is reverse engineer your hormones to the point where you're eating around maintenance calories. Because if you spent your whole life in a deficit, you won't drop belly fat because your body is used to having a very, very low metabolism. You need to reverse engineer the process for you to finally drop body fat. You also don't need to cut out South Asian food. South Asian food is beautiful. It's full of flavors, culture. Obviously growing up with my mum and pa's food, I do miss it massively, but it's very, very beautiful. And a lot of people think, oh, I have to switch up my diet. I have to eat salads for me to get to where I want to be. But like I said, that's far from the truth. You need to understand the culture. You need to understand where is it more calorie dense. For example, dale, which is commonly used in our diet, or ghee, is oils and that contains a lot of calories. It's ultimately understanding our control and our plate. Your plate has to be balanced with carbs, proteins, fats, and mainly fiber for you to digest everything. But guys, I want you guys to understand, even eating less doesn't do anything if one thing is missing, and that's protein. Your body can't burn belly fat if you're eating little to no calories, and that's a fact, no matter how clean your diet looks. Protein is the most important macronutrient for South Asians because this is what we lack the most. I've worked with hundreds of vegetarian clients as well, and that's the biggest thing they lack. Look at Akash, for example. He went from eating like 20 to 30 grams of protein to then now transforming his body whilst eating 120 to 130 grams of protein. If you look at the vegetarian diet, especially for South Asians, all it is carbs. Carbs are great. Carbs are used for energy. But if your food plate is generally just looking at carbs, you're still going to be hungry. Protein allows your body to recover. Protein is a very, very powerful macronutrient because it allows your body to recover and build new tissue. So let me use Akash for example. Like, he would eat dal bhat shak rice, not an issue with that at all, but he would still feel hungry after. Protein is also very, very satiating. So ever since we switched his plate around to having more protein dense foods like paneer, tofu, a bit more dal, Greek yogurt, his body transformed. Why? Because he's more satiated, he's more full, and he doesn't have to reach for the chevra or the jalebi in his mum's kitchen. I mean, guys, you can really make changes to your diet by adding more protein, but food alone won't allow you to transform. It's about the training side of things as well. You can't just walk around, do a bit of cardio, because that will just make you skinny fat. Resistance training allows South Asians to transform. And what that essentially means is lifting weights. It's very, very important that your body lifts weight because that's how it really, really forms that body that you want to create for yourself. What you need to do as a South Asian is focus on your compound lifts. Lifts to give you more bang for your buck and allow you to work more than one muscle groups. Your pull-ups, your squats, your deadlifts, your incline presses, your bench press. All this stuff's going to allow you to get more bang for your buck because you're targeting more than one muscle group every single time you train. And a lot of you guys think, oh, I need 5 to 6, 7 days in the gym. No, all you need to do is spend 2 to 3 days in the gym. Here's a couple of training splits. For example, if you're training 2 days in the gym, 2 45-minute workouts, compound movements, train the full body. You can do a full body, a full body. Say if you do 3 days in the gym, full body push, full body pull, full body. And it's very, very important that you train all parts of the muscle groups twice a week. A lot of South Asians neglect legs. That's why their calves are so skinny. This is why you need to understand compound lifts and doing something that's sustainable. Can you train 3 times per week? If you can, then that's 3 full body sessions. It's all about understanding how much you can train and making it sustainable around your lifestyle. And that's how we transformed hundreds of lives. I mean, look at Dr. Hamish. He had literally no time. Or Jay, who's now jumping on bodybuilding stage. It's insane. You can have the best training plan in the world. You could be hitting gym 3 times a week, eating clean. But if your mindset is not there, you simply won't transform. Most guys quit because they're too obsessed with the outcome. And as South Asian, a lot of people's mindsets are cooked. Because you look at things on social media, they follow the latest trends, they stick with it for 1 or 2 days, and they just end up back at square one again. This is why it's very, very important to track your data and also detach yourself from the goal. If you detach yourself from the goal, it will allow you to transform into that new identity. So it's like being obsessed with the goal. If you're obsessed with the goal, consistently look at your scale weight, you're just going to be like, oh, why aren't I changing? Why aren't I changing? You have to step and act like the person that's already achieved the goal. Let me use sleeping, for example. You could be sleeping, and saying to yourself, oh, why aren't I going to sleep? Why aren't I going to sleep? You'll become obsessed with the goal. But the day you think about tomorrow's breakfast, you detach from the goal and you will step into that new person. Act like you already have achieved that goal already. And this is why with our core fitness community, you're surrounded by like-minded individuals. So everyone is on the same journey at the same time. A lot of people use scale weight as an indicator of progress, but that's far from the truth. You should be using the way you feel, your energy levels, how you look in clothes. Remember, scale weight can fluctuate. I can drink a whole bottle of water here and jump on a scale weight and weigh 2 kilos more. Scale weight can fluctuate down to stress levels, to carbs, to what you ate last night. So don't be obsessed with that. It's all about having a bulletproof mindset for you to get to where you want to be. There's one scary factor, and a lot of South Asians generally think it's impossible to achieve the transformation. It's impossible to get to where you want to be. It's genetic, it's culture, but that is generally far from the truth, guys. If you want to transform, fix these 3 pillars and that will get you on track to where you want to be without sacrificing your culture or your lifestyle, because that is very, very important for us as South Asian. It's important to me. I know you guys are probably tapped in and you've seen my YouTube when I talk about being South Asian, the ups, the downs, what I had to kind of get to for where I want to be right now. But everyone's in the same journey, and I want you to realize you're not alone. If you're genuinely interested in transforming with us, you know exactly what to do. Book yourself in for a call or type in Cool Fitness on Instagram, and we're more than happy to have a chat with you. Because remember, being South Asian should not stop you from achieving results. Being South Asian is our unique trait.